Yay!
Why is
Lots
the
of random,
weekend over?
lots of random cursing.
The weekend is today for me. It starts to. Well, I mean, I guess.
Good,
Point is,
good. Let the weekend be over. I was working all weekend.
I work every weekend. So anyway, hope everyone's had a good week. Are you ready to die?
Yes.
Okay, well that's unfortunate because from what I remember, up north we have most of the group. I believe Austria went towards the boat. I might be wrong. If I'm wrong, just correct me. But I believe Austria went towards the boat. Tally started heading towards the gun site. And then the rest of the group, except for Kassakar and Lorzad, are interrogating the leader of the bandits.
Incorrect. Vargosh was also heading towards the boat. Sorry, Vargash.
You were with the interrogators.
Yeah, because you cast Moonbeam.
Oh, we're interrogating somebody? Well, I don't think we were interrogating somebody. We were just
No,
politely
it was
speaking
an
to them.
no,
You
it's
just
an
cast a
interrogation.
moonbeam.
Yeah.
Moonbeam didn't hurt, so that was an interrogation.
He has been kneecapped twice, 3 times.
If I wanted to interrogate someone, I wouldn't kneecap them.
And then meanwhile, down south, Kassakar and Lorzad are fighting a bone devil, with Lorzad specifically jumping up and grabbing it in the air. No, and then dragging it to the ground, if I remember.
Yeah, sounds right.
Did I miss anything?
You missed the DM is silly. You forgot that part.
I am not silly. I am Leah. So yeah, we're gonna. So Austria, since you're going to the boat, I am going to skip you for the moment.
Okay.
No offense.
Fine.
So Graves, is there anything you want to do? There's a person who. So there's a person who has been barely talking, who has been shot in the kneecaps 3 times, and then stood up, and he's kind of just standing there.
In a glowing light.
Oh yeah, in a moonbeam that does not affect him at all.
I unfortunately do not have any of the spells prepared.
Is there anything you want to ask him or anything? Make him beat him up with a book or something?
Do we want to kill him? Because I can kill him.
We're talking now, finally.
If he dies, then I can make him talk if he's dead.
Noted.
Then for now, I'm just going to relay that information. Just so you know, if you kill him, then I can make him talk.
Vargosh.
Yeah, Vargosh is just looking strangely at this creature. It says he's a person, well, that we assumed was a person, but is obviously something else. And he kind of just inquires, "What are you?"
I am what I am. I'm no different than. He kind of pauses, looks over the group. Never mind.
Are you a celestial?
No.
Insight.
Okay.
24.
He doesn't seem to be lying.
Okay.
He seems to be rather humanoid. Not humanoid, rather human. Aside from the standing in moonbeam and not being affected.
Okay, that's all I got.
So Pausing on you guys. Hey, Casca. Your friend that started to fly away is now on the ground with a bugbear on. And he's angry.
A smile comes over his face as he rushes in, closing in the distance, and goes in for some punching.
That will miss.
Second one, damn it!
That will also miss.
And unfortunately, I've used all my keys, so I
You
cannot.
you could still do a bonus action punch for free.
All right, here.
Hey, that'll hit. So your first two hits just kind of don't do anything on his hide, and then you finally just managed to hit in the right spot. Right in the poor guy's eye. Anything else for you?
No, just gonna stay in there and help take this bastard down.
Sounds good. So Tally, you finally make it up to Token Group, standing in front of a moon-beamed person who's just kind of standing.
I don't think I'd make any action right now, other than staying away from that horrible thing.
It is pretty horrible. Do you want to postpone your action for something? What do you want to postpone?
I have no idea.
That is fair. I'll come back to you at the end of the round. If that's okay then.
Scorgan says that Kassakar should have had an advantage because they are both prone.
Oh. Well, do you want to roll 3 more, Kaskar?
Oh, he had advantage. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I'll roll 3 more.
me and the demon are prone currently.
One
Well,
more hit.
Well, yeah.
it worked out.
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
It could have been really bad. I don't remember, Lorzad. Were you grappling him still?
Oh yes. My notes at grappling a very deadly demon on the ground, both currently prone. Was my notes.
Alrighty. Just double checking the rules on grapple because I don't actually know.
A grappled creature's speed becomes 0. It cannot benefit from any bonuses to its speed. The condition ends if the grappler is incapacitated. And conditions also end if an effect removes the grappled creature from the reach of the grappler or grappling effect.
So it can attack while grappled?
Correct.
Okay, it's going to attack you.
Okay.
There's the first thing. And then he's also going to try and sting at you.
Okay. Was that 3 different attacks?
Yes, 3 attacks.
Okay. I mean, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. We're both prone, so he does have advantage on all those attacks as well.
Oh, that's right. Sorry. That's for the first. That's the second. I'll just save him. Damage roll.
And the last one?
And that's the last one. Just the regular roll, not the damage,
Yeah,
of
yeah.
course.
So the second and third attack hit.
Make a con save, please. That's the
Okay.
damage before resistances.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't have my D&D books around me. I don't.
There we go. Boop.
That is exactly the DC. You're not poisoned.
Huzzah!
Still took the damage, but you're not poisoned.
So that was 16 poison and
23 piercing / slashing.
yeah. Rounding down, right?
Yeah.
So that's to 11 plus. What did I say was poison?
16.
16. 11 plus 16 is 27. Okay.
And it is your turn.
Yes, it is. All right. So 2 attacks with the battle axe. Oh, you know what? If we're both prone, that wouldn't have been advantage. Because
Oh.
you have disadvantage for being prone. It wouldn't have made a difference. The attacks that hit would have still hit.
Okay.
But just because the whole reason I was gonna get up to make these attack, and it just occurred to me that it would have worked that way. Yeah. So basically, I'm gonna release him so I can stand up and make these attacks.
Alrighty.
And first one with advantage. And I'll actually click the advantage button now to save space.
The first one hits.
Yeah, second attack.
Oh.
And if that didn't kill him, then he will retrieve his warhammer. Well, no, that wouldn't have worked that way. Would have had to pull the warhammer first. And then he's gonna use second wind.
He is still alive. Not very alive, but he is still alive.
Okay.
Anything else for you?
Nope, that would do it for now.
Hey, Took, it's your turn.
Nagash, if you could do me a favor, and I don't think that spell will be quite necessary for the negotiations at hand.
Yes.
As I am visibly stepping away. I was adjacent to the man. Does he obey me?
He does not.
Okay. You've fairly limited amount of time to explain who you are, what the hell you're doing, and why I shouldn't just keep blowing off your apparently endless supply of kneecaps.
Is it a free action to drop concentration?
It's a no action on your turn.
Oh, it's got to be on my turn. Okay, gotcha.
But that the extended conversation attempting to be persuasive in his gruff way, his trying so hard to be good way.
I just shot a guy's kneecaps off. Time to be good.
I shot a potentially an enemy's kneecaps off because he did not designate himself.
Sorry, what were you?
Who are you? What are you doing here? The quick broad strokes, and it's basically like you only have so long until we sort this out our way. Because I don't understand this guy keeps putting himself back together. All I know is, man, I can shoot kneecaps all day.
Kalar is essentially like ASL.
I don't care
Just
about the
love the
A.
sounds of breaking kneecaps.
Just the sound of my gun going off, really. But that is the entirety of my turn. Is insisting to this individual that we don't need to be enemies, but explain why we should not be enemies.
Yes, explaining to do.
What would you do if you could not die?
I only got 5 words out of turn,
Yeah,
so
Test that theory.
extensively.
and that is his entire turn. Just asking you specifically, what would you do if you could not? He's not putting up any resistance, though. The only
Oh, I think I know what this is, but I can't say because I don't know as a character.
it is worth noting the only people technically in combat right now would be Lorzad and Kassakar. I don't know how to half initiative people.
That's okay.
So, if you want a suggestion, deal with us and then cut camera back over to them.
That is a
and then-
good idea. Hey, Kassakar, it's your turn.
I will note in reply, what before it slips my mind. I will respond with, "Is that an offer?"
So, still at advantage for punching?
Yeah, he's still on the ground. He hasn't gotten up. He was too busy flailing around. Okay, so yeah, the first one killed it.
It's like punch, crack, and then the last one you just hear a large splat as he goes through, and presumably if he's on the ground, he hits the ground.
Did you punch through the head?
I was gonna say through the chest cavity.
Okay, that works.
He looks over to Lorzad. Thank you. He was irritating.
And we're out of initiative.
I would rip off some of the spines on the spine devil and probably ask for the head. But presuming it's Lorzad, he's happy to oblige. We will continue this in character in the chat.
Yes.
Alrighty. So popping back over. It is not an offer. Merely a question. If you could not die, but you got to watch all your other, he pauses, loved ones die around you, what would you do?
Bring him back.
Is a good answer. And what would you do if they stopped coming back as themselves? If they lost who they were?
Sounds like you actually
Bring 'em
failed
back
to bring him
again.
back. Now, I hate to be that fellow. By the way, did Vergesh drop his spell? Because I can't go anywhere near this guy right
Yeah, drop a spell.
now. Okay.
I dropped my spell.
Visibly relaxes. Okay. Well, obviously, my loved ones. I'm probably not aware that Tally has arrived.
She is very sneaky.
My ears are probably still ringing from consecutive gunshots. This is a black powder implement.
By the way, you are there, Telly.
I am there.
Are not something I can weigh. I would not despoil their memory, though. Doesn't sound like love to me.
And I agree. He turns around and starts getting ready to walk away.
That was 0 questions answered. You apparently now have 2 kneecaps again. I can start over.
Yeah, actually, we were the ones answering the questions.
Who are
Kilar, I don't think you can stop him. I think if he wanted to kill you, he could. How do you kill that which is immortal?
Who said I'd kill it?
Who said I'd be able to kill him?
If you can't die and he can, I think you can kill him.
I can die. I never said I couldn't.
Thought you said you couldn't die. You said, how do I?
No, he just
Oh,
hasn't figured out how, Vargash.
hmm.
Is that what you're after?
If he keeps walking away, I'm going to cast hold person on. We didn't say you could leave.
Okay, go ahead and cast it.
Just,
I mean, it's just like an automatic response.
he now
Hey,
physically
he's getting away.
can't answer if he fails.
Yeah, no, he. What's your DC actually?
Wait, not. Oh, okay. Don't put the information. I wisdom 16, so plus 3.
Plus proficiency, I think, right?
8 plus proficiency plus mod.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
So,
plus
8
6.
plus 3, so plus 6, 14.
Yeah, he stops moving.
Just doing the the curled fingers against the head like this. While yes is technically the right decision, I'm going to assume you can hear me, as you have no control of your faculties for probably another 12 or so seconds.
Does that mean evacuate?
We're technically the victors here. As I look around, we're not being harried or harassed in any fashion, right?
Yeah, no, the bandits are leaving. Speaking of which, Town's on fire, but
a city is burning. A city in which I intended to do business. To do good.
According to the map, it's not all on fire.
Enough of it's on fire.
The restaurant is on fire.
What restaurant?
That's
Wait,
all you need to know.
Are you just putting those, or is that how far it spread?
As my computer only just now catches up.
No, wait, our boat's on fire. Crap.
I'd be impressed because that means they would have gotten past us. So
you
you got some explaining to
it's
do.
joking.
I was
Yeah, I
about to
have a
say.
feeling.
But
I heard it hasn't spread, so I spread.
Can you get rid of the fire off?
No, you can move
You're on
yourself.
fire.
When this spell ends, because it will, on your end or another, I just want to know who you are and why we had to deal with this. Our goals might be aligned, after all. Everything has its uses. Just a visual cringe of saying that. Trying to do good.
Hey, Leah, is the story of this thing well known, or is it obscure?
I'm pretty sure the book that you got specifically says obscure knowledge.
Okay, gotcha.
I'm assuming he has not made his save sense.
He is not.
Graves,
Sit.
you have toys to play with. Let him go.
This might come in giant.
I don't go.
It did.
That's right. That's what resizing
Oh,
is
it's
for.
giant.
As the stream just probably goes to shit.
What's bigger than the biggest size of D&D? Okay, now it's shrunk. Okay.
My name is Klein.
The goodest boy.
What?
That's just nothing.
Does it Klein mean little in German?
Klein, if you recall, was the miss reading of my wolf's name in Wednesday's Corwin.
Okay.
Klein, the goodest boy.
I think Klein means little in German.
And I do I got the rifle shouldered air quoting immortal.
Immortal's a very strong word.
Immortal does not mean indestructible. I gesture at the kneecaps. Like no remorse whatsoever. That's one question answered. Now this, there's a purpose, I'm guessing.
There is.
I imagine you're seeking strong opponents or something. Look, seeking death, perhaps.
No. I'm seeking to undo the power of a god.
As apparently Tally still refuses to let me know she's there.
So you seek mortality.
For my loved ones.
By the way, the whole time Vargosh is talking, he's talking in thick lizard man accent. I'm just not going to do thick lizard man accent.
Yeah.
Why burn the city? Like this whole time, gesturing like this plan's falling apart.
Is it? Seems it worked pretty well.
Not yours. Mine.
Oh,
Mine.
just need a better plan then.
I assure you that there's like a contingency plan for city on fire. I didn't expect to need it, less than a week in port.
Did you have any other questions? I found that you're not exactly who I was looking for.
No one is exactly who they are to begin with.
You're not wrong.
I don't have questions, but I do have tea. Yes, you are Lord Zod, bestest boy, since Gardar's dead. Rip Gardar.
Well, tea is pretty common, so it's not very hard to have it.
This dense motherfucker. That was in character, for the record. As I noted, our interests may align, at least in the interim. Just waiting for the tally jump scare because fucking Rogue.
I only do quality jump scares.
If they do align, then just follow the message I gave your loved one.
See. You should leave.
He's turning to leave again.
Like, the rifle is starting to roll over back into position.
I'm back.
Hi, Beck. I'm Leah.
Hey, Leo. I'm back.
Assuming I turn around and Tally's just, like, right there.
I don't know, Tally. Are you right there?
Did he give me a note?
He specifically, he gave you a list of,
Oh, the outdated wanted list?
the outdated one.
A list is not a message! It's a shopping list of
The
people.
subtext.
I am an inventor. I don't work in subtext.
Well, isn't that unfortunate?
Unfortunate for you, we can't follow it.
He's walking away, and I'm turning around, resisting the urge to shoot him in the back of the head, so...
Do it. Do it.
No,
I
no.
like wiggle my fingers a little bit, like, should I?
You're playing with corpses! You have a field full of necromancer delight over there. Jot that name down for the next bar special.
Necromancer Delight.
Hmm.
Look, it's not the weirdest thing I've heard of.
I mean, there's a drink called the Zombie.
There you go.
You animated dead.
I'm going to name him Franklin.
Malala.
Is that our old friend?
Just hug her. Trying so hard.
Is it a zombie or zombie? Okay, we're good.
Where are your
Yeah, start off with zombie because
pets?
the parts might fall off to be just bones, and then there'll be a skeleton.
Probably still in the burning town. Lucky if they're not burnt.
I see. Um. Hopefully they have the good sense to get back to the ship. We all should.
Pausing on you guys real quick. Hey, Lorzad and Cascar, what is your guys' plan in this burning city?
I mean, my plan to get back to the ship, I'm assuming. Because I assume that's where the captain would have.
Yeah, once
Ye-
I see him leave, I'll take a couple of seconds, look over the majestic fire burning away,
It's very
and then
pretty.
follow. It's like bask for a moment, then follow,
It
and
smells
then
like
probably
property
catch up
damage.
because I can move faster than him.
Smells like property damage.
Gonna move you guys out of the fire.
The edge is real.
So back on the ship.
That scent in a candle. um. Lads,
I
is the ship ready?
it is, sir. But Tim went on a walk.
Again?
Yes, sir.
How long ago?
10 minutes? Shortly after you guys left.
So he disobeyed orders.
I guess. What were our orders again?
Prepare the ship and be ready to sail.
Oh, yeah, ship's prepared. Tim did most of the work, to be honest.
I appreciate your honesty.
He kind of
They're just
carries
covering
us.
fast.
Captain. Do we reacquire our Tim?
How many times has he done this now?
Technically once. Your friends waylaid him, I believe.
I mean, for all we know, he could have a sick relative here or something. I don't know.
Something you should disclose when you come into port. Quickly, like the giant inferno of a city behind me. Quick rule of thumb: we show up somewhere where you happen to know someone, and you want to visit them, bring it up. That way we know. We don't have to worry about you. Don't have to send Norzad after you.
Oh God.
He has sacks. Captain.
Well, Tim has been doing more work than. Have I ever even gotten their names?
No.
Thing 1 and thing 2.
Lorzad.
Lorzad's here? Alright.
I'm assuming by now everyone has gathered.
Yes. I was going to say that, and then I forgot that I was going to say.
You know which Tim is our Tim, yes? So why is your sack dripping?
We had fun.
I found something that I needed.
Okay. I don't mind a bit of opportunism. Regards to knowing which Tim is our Tim, he has a 10-minute head start growing.
Tim.
I don't have illusion.
Neither do I.
I'm trying to get to my character sheet. But there it is. That one shouldn't have been with advantage. Definitely not.
So it was worse. Significantly worse.
Yeah.
So a 3.
Yes. He's gonna say, "Yep, I remember which Tim."
Okay, we'll roll
Yeah,
this.
I rephrase that. I say, "Yep, I remember Tim."
Oh,
There.
by the way, I do have a question. As I reach into the bag and pull out the ripped off skin piece with the tattoo. Do you recognize this?
Who are you asking?
I assume I'm with Lorzad as we get back onto the ship.
Yes, everyone
Are you
is
asking
here.
me? Yeah, I saw that earlier today.
Well, I'm asking Took and Tally because assuming they're there as well.
All of us are there.
Okay. Do any of you recognize this?
That flesh?
Yes. Quite fresh too. He was uncooperative.
It is not something you've seen, but it looks just like a generic like band of bandits. Just not one you've seen around here.
I mean, a little new to the area, so afraid not. Captain, I'll be in the workshop.
Hmm.
And we'll stroll down to the workshop. And if you're asking Austral, yes, I closed the door behind me.
That's why I'm on the deck. I can tell he's Tuck's not in the greatest mood.
Not in a bad mood, just
Yeah,
contemplating.
in a mood where he wants to be left alone. That's why working on Frederick on deck.
So, Captain, are we leaving without Tim?
Lizard hasn't actually gone to get Tim yet, has he?
He is not.
Or did he?
I hadn't put it in writing yet.
It's safe to say that you may be able to tell he doesn't know who we're talking about. That's why I rolled an insight and just shook my head and walked away.
If nobody says anything, Lorzad, he's a smart guy. He thinks he knows what they want him to do, and sometimes a boss doesn't want to say what he should do because
Yeah, sometimes they want you to be autonomous.
they want to be able to deny it if something goes wrong, and he knows that. So they obviously asked him if they know who Tim is because they want him to find Tim again because they asked him to do that before. So if nobody tells him anything otherwise, he's going to take the initiative and go find Tim.
Has
By
Vargas
the
seen
way,
Tim?
How beat up is Lorzad?
He's pretty beat up, but
But before you go and doing anything else, Lorzad, I will give him a second level cure wounds.
okay. But for the record, I got plenty of hit points to find Tim.
You never know. Well, I tried.
He's smart enough to know what hit points are.
I tried, Scorgan.
It's fine.
Has Bargotch seen Tim before?
Probably.
I think like once might require a check to remember completely.
Give me a
Depending on
history
the
check.
GM. Luckily, I'm trained in history. 14.
Maybe. I mean, there's only been so many people on this boat, but you've seen a lot of new faces today.
So Vargosh kind of does the hand like, eh.
I will do my best to provide a description of Tim.
Okay,
Could I use history to do so?
go ahead. You paint an almost perfect picture of Tim. And it's around that time Tim gets back to the boat.
Just, I finish, and then I point at Tim. Looks like that.
So Vargosh will walk
Lorzai
over to
grabs
Tim.
Grabs him by his front of his shirt, jerks him over.
Found him.
Doesn't
Uh,
say anything, just walks away proud.
Hi. I'm sorry for being late, Captain.
I don't think it's being late that's the problem right now. Why did you leave the ship?
Well, I finished my duties and I had to finish something up in town. See, a friend of my sister actually, she's in town and I wanted to make sure she was okay.
And you didn't think to tell anybody of this?
Well, none of you were here. I'm sorry.
I point to the other two crew guys.
I mean, I did tell them. I told them I'd be right back. I was just going for a quick walk.
Yeah, I too am going to insight with my flat D20.
And Kaskar, he doesn't seem to be lying. Same Australians. Seems like an honest guy, honestly. And Margaret, he seems like an honest guy.
Well, we tried.
That was individual, but yeah,
We're just gonna have to believe him, I guess.
Oh my god. No, he doesn't have anything at all. There's just his clothes.
Tim the Just.
About how long would have passed since I went down?
5 minutes? Not very long at all.
Having collected my thoughts, I will return to the deck. Spy Tim.
Hello, first mate Galar.
I
I
will
don't know
still
what
have
else to call you.
still have my rifle on my shoulder.
Oh,
The rifle that has kneecap bits on it from the point blank shot. Or no, shoulder bits, excuse me.
I'm glad to see you well.
Tim,
Sailing? 15 years? Most of my life.
Okay. I like looking over the other official party members.
Run, bitch.
One of which is Lorzad, who is skinning a demon skull.
Ah, the dripping sack, I presume. Tim,
Sir?
I want you to look me in the eyes and tell me why you went into the city. I'm sure you've already
You're
relayed this to the captain, but I want you to look me in the eyes and tell me why you left this vessel, upon which you were placed in charge.
you're fired.
My
I am
sister.
not threatening, like posture wise. I just happen to have a body part spattered gun on my shoulder.
Just passively intimidating. Well, sir, like, my sister has family. We're not related by blood, but she has family here, and I was just making sure they were still with the attack.
As a zombie comes walking up.
Now, but for your insight, please roll above a 10.
I'm not inciting them.
Oh, okay.
Are they okay?
Thankfully, yes, they're in the
You have 20
east
minutes
side.
to go get them.
They live out here. Are we taking them with us?
You have 20 minutes to go get them.
Oh,
I will turn and return to the workshop.
okay.
As I descend the stairs, the timer started.
He leaves. He takes off.
Malela, if I can see you below. Guess I
I'm
should.
just sitting here waiting for the time when he says Tally accidentally, and we're like, who?
I said it out of character a few times because brain.
Yeah.
As we are getting into the workshop, I will apologize. My dear, I should have called you captain while on deck. Not quite what we signed up for, is it?
Really isn't.
I don't know where the pieces are falling anymore. It's like an angry child just came and kicked the whole board over.
I think this whole place can be described that way.
Like Lorzot. Sorry.
What's on your mind?
I was afraid today.
The fire?
My deal with fire is harder than that. Kind of like leaning over the work desk, starting to fidget with stuff. I suggested a old gambit. Break the cabin fever, and I could have lost you.
You know me. I don't get caught up in trouble easily.
Today was not an easy day.
A few minutes go by. Captain, I brought him.
Sounds like we have more crew.
So people who are on top of the deck. Tim comes back with 3 people.
What do they look like?
Good question. No, I have descriptions. It's an actual good question. Calm down. Don't laugh at me.
I was laughing at you. I was laughing at the tone.
That
So-
tone had a certain vibe to it.
Good question.
So there's a lady who looks like maybe late 30s, early 40s. She's brown hair, and she's looks like she's, got rather nice clothes on, all things considered. Next to her is a rather pale-skinned man about her age, black hair, and then a child with not blonde, sorry, all of which pretty well dressed. Yeah. Everyone, this is my sister's sister. This is Ron. This is her husband, Zadimus, and their daughter, Charlotte.
One question before I answer. Can you whittle a bone devil spike?
I don't see why not.
Probably.
That's what he would be doing on the top deck. So it's just like, oh wait, I know the word for this. It's scrimshaw. It's bone carving.
Say it's an actual thing.
I knew the word, didn't at the moment. So yeah, he would be scrimshawing the spikes he has gotten, or at least one of the spikes up at the top
This
deck.
is Franklin. Introductions all around.
And then, as I see the zombie, and probably the terror coming on the faces, and here's Frederick. Big metal kitty coming up to nuzzle the child.
So
It purrs like an engine. It needs its radiator fixed.
And the child's gone.
So
I'm so glad. I'm so glad I'm not the only one that thought that. It purrs like no, 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 no.
No, not purring, not purring.
oh no.
I'm so glad I'm not the only one who mentally went there. I'm so sorry.
It's like in your mind, oh no, I'm used to it. That's what he does for affection. It sounds like a fucking chainsaw.
No. We established what the purring was last session.
I know. I'm just like, it's the funny moments.
Oh jeez.
Yeah.
It is worth noting the child is patting Fred. Doesn't seem to be worried at all. The parents are less unworried.
Don't worry, he is perfectly friendly.
What does
Friendly.
friendly mean?
Yeah, don't pet the zombie.
That was. You know what? I'm just gonna say that was my 9 charisma coming out.
We got rushed over here.
Don't worry, he's perfectly fiendish. I mean, friendly.
And there's a zombie and a robot lion.
Franklin, don't be rude.
They
And his name
start
is Frederick.
yelling at him. The parents, not the child.
As much as I have time for my, I guess, existential
Yeah, what's the
crisis,
problem?
it seems
Keep
that
fine.
there's organizing that needs to be maintained. Captain, And if I may make a professional suggestion to our little game, decide our next move.
Hmm.
It's no small task, I know. There could be opportunities here still. Now, excuse me. I have the duties of the ship to uphold. Everything in place, right?
Hey, Austral. The
Yes.
daughter, Charlotte, she's trying to jump on Frederick's back.
Frederick Litter on.
She has mounted Frederick.
Yay! And Frederick is lightly pawing around the deck.
Meanwhile, the parents, even more with Lord Zod, are freaking out.
Hello there.
Hello?
Just see the pleading
We-
look and all the other stuff going on.
We were told it's an emergency. We had to come over here. You're not going to kill us, right? Please just let us go.
Realize I'm still shouldering a rifle. No, that would not be a good thing to do. Odd as it seems, I'm sure this is Lorzod. Either just like over the main like door for the stairs that we keep going in and out of, so we see it every time, or on the insert piece of ship anatomy that I swear I knew and actually just closed out the page that it described, the pointy bit that sticks to the front. But then you risk it, jamming into another ship if we ever have to perform a such an action. But thank you, Tim. That was efficient.
I could tell when you're being serious, but
Good. Where's their stuff?
you didn't. I didn't. Are we taking them with us?
Oh, right. That was the questions I guess you were hollering at the back of my head. Not so much taking you with us. We're not exactly sure. I don't know if Tally came up behind me. If we're leaving yet, per se.
It's worth noting the two adults are like very trying to casually make their way towards the way off the boat, ready to run away.
I wouldn't do that. As cruel as they look, they are an efficient people. I gesture to Kaskar, Austral, and pretty
Scrimshaw.
much just everyone.
Excuse you, I look good.
Everyone.
I bet you wish you had that angel in your party now to
There
convince
is
people we're good.
no, because then it wouldn't be a challenge. There are a few extra bunks. You will use these for the time being until we can assure the safety of one of our crew's loved ones.
Oh my god, we're being kidnapped.
That's what I was going to say. You realize you just effectively kidnapped them.
Is that a mystic kidnapping us? I knew we shouldn't have listened to him.
He's always been a bad influence.
I will point out, your city is burning right now.
Not my house.
Don't tempt me. That was in character.
I know.
Okay. It's like I'm not even looking at them. I'm staring at the small child, and there's this small creeping smile.
It is worth noting it is getting close to evening at this point.
will stay here
The sun is going down.
where we can assure your defense and the safety of your child.
Child, right. I just want to go home.
For the next several hours, this is home. Please, the bunks are this way. Or shall I have Lurzad escort you?
It's fine.
Thank you. Dinner will be prepared shortly. Well, that just like skull one hit. Oh no! Is it the bleeding sack?
Probably. That's what he has.
Oh
Yeah, it's
my
just like
God.
right there. Like even I'm like,
It probably would be the one that would be in the top of the pack right now.
But one of us needs to get Presty soon.
I just guess you're just kidnapping some family.
Aggressive protective services.
Back where I come from, we call that kidnapping.
Speaking of, where's our other protected person?
Oh, stop whining.
Downstairs in the bunks.
I found it. You hear from below.
It's like an angry child kicked the board over, pissed on it with apparently gasoline, and set it on fire. I gotta go
So,
prepare dinner. Someone, please go attend to our diviner.
so Tim comes over and is like, thank you, boss, for protecting my family's family. I appreciate it.
Tim,
Yeah,
when I give you an order,
At least somebody does.
please follow it to the letter. And if you cannot, be descriptive. You almost got left behind. Or worse.
yes, sir.
I like my eye just casually rolls over to the gun. Consider this your strike one.
Please don't shoot me, boss.
I don't plan to.
Okay.
I have a lot of plans.
At least that's not one of them. I'm gonna get back to work. If you need me,
Good lad. Give him like that awkward social interaction of the like boss pat on the back, like go get him, Tiger. Yeah.
Make me more money.
I'll go into the galley to prepare dinner.
what does everyone else want to do?
I will go help with dinner.
Okay.
I will make my way down to the cabin rooms, probably back to my bunk so I could watch the diviner.
Okay. And I guess also the family at this point, too.
Mm.
Not in my
So,
kitchen, you can't, Austral.
No, but things need to be talked about.
Not about to say.
So, Vargosh will relay to the group that if anybody finds any other bones or hides, he can fashion them into weapons.
Hmm.
Who would want to do
Also,
that?
if I have enough bones, I can bring stuff back.
I would perk up and I hand him 2 of the spikes off the Bone Devil. I'd like to see that work.
How long are these spikes?
Good question.
I mean, they ain't little.
Okay, depending on the size, I can make either javelins, dart, or blowgun needles.
They're probably about forearm size.
There's an entire field of resources out there for you. a partner, gather a few specimens. Put 'em in bed.
They have to be spiky enough for what I need.
They are
I think
rather.
I make them out of ribs. Human bones probably won't work very well.
These are not human bones.
Can't you sharpen them?
No, but I mean, he's referring to the bones out there of people we killed,
That's
the
why I directed
bandits.
that to graves.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
But if you find resources, by all means, please be back soon.
But yeah, my gosh, they're like I said, about forearm size, and I mean they're pretty darn.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Sorry.
You want to welcome back? You want a javelin or some darts or blowgun needles?
Daggers would be nice.
I can't make daggers. Here, I'll link what I can make.
I'm pretty sure you could make a dagger.
I need a dagger to make anything. That being said, I'll need to borrow a dagger.
Make a very sharp club.
It's a club with nails in it.
He's got a board with a nail in it.
Hmm. Brass knuckles?
First bones and hide from a slain beast, construct, dragon, monstrosity, or plant creature.
Oh, you're right. It doesn't say demon. Never mind. Or devil or whatever it was.
I
Never mind.
mean,
You can extrapolate that out to anything that damned big.
yeah, I would say it's probably fine because he is technically a. I mean, he's a fiend, but it's still bone.
Okay, gotcha.
It's a bone demon.
Devil. But yes.
Demon!
So,
Devil,
quit
there's
ar-
a
quit ar-
difference.
quit arguing with the narrator. But were you arguing with the narrator? So he said. So I tell him the things I can make. I say I can make a shield, a club, a javelin, darts, blowgun needles. And he says make a dagger, and I go I can make a shield, a club, javelin, darts, or blowgun needles. Oh, make me a sword. I can make a shield, a club, javelin, darts, or just keep repeating it.
None of these things I use.
Then I have nothing for you. Good day, sir. The lizard says good day, sir, and walks away.
I am completely picturing a monocle on him right now.
Yeah, he's got a monocle on the top hat.
I
Yep.
said good day, sir.
Yeah, with a prolonged S.
While you're down there, the diviner, she picks up a book. I finally found it. I've been looking for this for days. Ever since I came out here, I couldn't find it. But here it is. Magic well spent. And then she starts reading it.
Not the Necronomicon!
No, it's just a spicy erotica from your angel, his fan fiction. Apparently, she's just the biggest fan.
She's not a fan. She's a human.
We can change that.
So what's everyone else doing? I believe. Malayla, what's your plans for the evening?
Apparently, I'm deciding what the party's doing, kind of.
Fair
Guess
enough.
I'll ask how everyone's feeling about staying here, or if they'd rather go somewhere else.
It's worth noting the family that has been kidnapped very much want to stay in town. That is not with you people.
Not the one we're kidnapping, the one the other people are kidnapping.
Meanwhile, Charlotte's still on top, just writing Frederick in circles.
How precious.
It's adorable.
I need.
Just cracked my knee on the side of my desk.
Who all is in the galley?
We
Assume
were
it's
cooking.
just you
It's
and
just
me
you
right
two.
now. Right, so the two parents don't seem like very worried parents or concerned.
They stuttered on child.
Yeah. And that's the third different descriptor Tim used.
Is it?
Yes, first he said friend, then he said family, then he said sister's sister.
Oh,
Well,
sister.
family friend first.
Yes. Either way. I'm not quite sure what gears are turning. Could you hand me the garlic?
And him the garlic.
It is definitely garlic.
I was about to say, like,
I'm
not that mean.
I am a 20 intelligence character. I think
So
I
if
can
anybody,
read.
if anybody's secretly a vampire, might want to avoid this meal.
Dun, dun, dun.
And before he's been putting it in every meal, just to check.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's garlic. It's amazing.
Yeah.
But
So, and the bandits were definitely taking people today.
were they?
hmm Didn't get a great look, but they were.
We ran into an old acquaintance, and he wasn't very forthcoming. Klein the Immortal. His kneecaps aren't for shit, though.
I could tell. I point to, the bloody gut.
Oh, that's his shoulder.
Oh,
Yeah.
point blank.
I wanted to open negotiations.
There.
Excuse me, gotta slide the bread end. There we go.
Yep.
I've won a piece of equipment, but it's going to be quite some time before I finish it. A contract for another acquaintance. The Alas in the Crypt, as well as that went.
Yeah, that one.
He's been such a efficient worker. I'd hate to put tabs on him, but you've caught him once. Keep an eye on Tim for me while you can.
I will do the best I can. Damn, we can't get detect thoughts.
King or pawn, king or pawn.
Well, that'd be pretty useful, huh?
Yeah, that would.
We have a wizard.
A divining wizard.
I'll ring the dinner bell.
I figured you would like to know.
Oh, I certainly appreciate it. I hope it's just a panicked slip.
Indeed.
Vargas shows up once the dinner bell is rung, but he's not. He doesn't realize that's what the bell is for. He's just like, "What's that ringing?" And then he sees dinner. And he's like, "Ooh, food!"
By the way, the dinner bell's going off, everyone. Ding, ding, ding. Get your food.
And I will personally deliver the food to our guests for the evening.
Okay.
Hello there.
Hi, can we go? You said a few hours and you made dinner, so
I hold out a bowl to each of them.
two parents take one. The kid just kind of stares.
I set the kid's bowl on Prototype's head.
And she takes the bowl from Prototype's head. It's worth noting she's like not super, super young kid. She's probably like 14, 13.
I do apologize for our brusque introductions. It is a shame to have our first impressions so poorly made. I'm Kalar, first mate of the ship here. Insert name.
Why is your ship name insert the name?
We're working on it.
Okay, well, hi, Glut. I'm Ron. This is Zadimus. I'm a tailor, and
Taylor.
he helps.
Not that I'd press you into service, but if you did need pickup and flee, could you mend sail?
Probably. I'd rather not pick up and flee.
I'm the planner. Contingencies, fallbacks. You understand?
Sure.
Worst case scenario, all hell breaks loose. Your house gets burnt down. Opportunities.
Please don't burn our house down.
It's one of those people that like sticks through their house no matter what happens, like tornadoes and fires. Like, I'm not leaving my home. I was
There-
born here. I was raised here.
There won't be a
There's a
house
dragon
left.
literally perched on the roof. I'm not leaving.
What about perched on the roof? What was that?
How? There's a dragon perched on
There's
the
a
roof.
dragon. Mhm.
Literally
Yeah,
perched on the
I'm not
roof.
leaving. I was
It's
born
me, your
here. I was
neighbor.
raised here.
It's me, your neighbors. He's chewing on him right now. I'm not moving.
Please, heat up, eat up. I'm not to brag, but I'm a passable cook. Um, just a handful of questions before I let you get some rest for the evening. Like I said, unfortunately, you will be staying with us to assure your safety,
Right.
as you are dear to a well-respected. And I do like to look around to see if Tim happens to be trying to listen in.
He seems to just be eating. Not really minding.
Well respected snort.
No, it's this is sincere. Kalar is actually not that much of a liar. Um, Member of our crew.
Balls.
Did you happen to see anyone get taken in your particular region of the city?
No, none of the bandits got near our area. We're pretty far to the east side.
I see. I'm glad that our diversion was able to stem the tide.
Yeah, from what we can tell, it pretty much stopped right at the adventures.
Of course. What is your relationship to this child? And please, I don't do well with lies.
It's our child. That's a really strange question.
That's a strange inflection.
I'm sorry you feel that way. It was a strange inflection, but they seem somewhat sincere. If anything, they seem more nervous about just being here.
I am eager. I'm so sorry. Your name just is not quite sticking into my head. Sir
Zadimus.
Zadavis. I know that you're amongst very alien company. I assure you, we are in like situations in that regard. Um, that I only intend for your comfort and safety this particular evening. I mean, you know, ill will.
Well, I'm glad you feel that way.
Well, I would like you to feel that way.
You'll have to forgive me. We were kind of told in a hurry to show up here, and then we were told we're not allowed to leave. You'll have to forgive me for, feeling a little uncomfortable about that. You have essentially kidnapped us and threatened us with that. And he points to Lorzad.
Um, technically didn't threaten you with him. Um,
You said for us to go down to the bunks or he would take us.
that I just advised you might be escorted by him. He's actually amongst my crew, probably the most diligent guards we have. Um, you were told by Tim here, yes, your brother-in-law.
No, he's actually Ron's sister's. This isn't in character. This is me thinking about how to word that.
Okay.
Ron's sister's basically adopted.
Okay. I must say, where I'm from, such family bonds aren't so well strong. So, an adoptive one at that. You should feel quite blessed.
Oh, thank you. We were raised on the ship together.
I see.
Not this ship, but the three of us, that is.
I see.
My sister and him and I.
Where's your sister now?
Dead.
My makes a actual like visual effort to think of what he's supposed to say. Condolences?
It's fine. My understanding is you killed her, so you'll have to forgive me for just being not worried about being here.
Glance at Tim confused.
He looks into his bowl of soup.
We'll talk later. It's good soup. The garlic. Ah, a wonderful touch.
It's good. Thank you.
Well, um, in my defense, she was trying to kill me.
Oh, I have no ill will over it. She was a pirate.
Okay, just I don't. People are weird. Again, in character.
It is worth noting, with your passive insight, that she basically anyone in the room with a passive insight over 8. That is not true.
She's very, very ill-willing at the moment.
She's very ill willing,
I
but she's polite about it.
I don't do well with false platitudes either. But like I said, your safety is of concern to me this evening. Come the morning, you will be free to return, assuming the city is not once again besieged, on fire, or otherwise indisposed of relative safety, or should I be overruled by my captain.
You're not the captain?
I did introduce myself as first mate, did I not?
I don't remember.
Yes.
Oh. Okay. That'd be nice.
Good. I'm afraid I've no other baubles to entertain the child.
She's kind of self-entertaining. She just does what she wants.
I see. Do I was about to say keep a leash on her.
It's very mean.
I am very in character right now. Keep her under watch.
Of course.
A ship is a busy place, I'm sure you know.
Yeah.
Cassakar,
Yes.
should these two need anything, by all means, please. Other than, obviously, to vacate the premises that is this vessel.
That was going to be the first thing I asked.
I entrust their safety to you.
He just looks at you in the eyes, silently affirms, but still kind of eating his own thing.
And if you do need anything, I am personally at your disposal. Like I said, your comfort and your safety are equal concerns.
Well, thank you. If you don't mind, we'll get back into the room with the blankets and the bed. The cabin.
I
That was the
assume that's where
DM
we were.
blanket.
But
What?
yes, as I assume that's where we were. But yes.
Oh, that we're eating.
Oh, I brought them food.
Oh, you know that. I'm sorry.
That's all right. That's all right. Has Tally
Okay.
gathered her
Gesundheit.
query of everyone's opinion? I'm more than happy to
No.
pass the flag and say, cough, cough, someone else take over here. Cough, cough, Tally, interview people, find out what we're doing. Thanks, bye, bloop.
You know I'm no good for that.
Bloop.
There's nothing here.
Good. That means the workshop is all mine.
Where do you think it would have vanished to?
Damn it.
That's his vanishing closet.
I left the door open this time.
Fair.
But, what are people's thoughts about, well, the
Well,
town's kind of burned.
well, it's gonna need things built, and you know, I at least am pretty good at building. So I say we stay at least for a little bit, see how it goes.
I mean, otherwise we could try to see if we could smooth things over with the Adventurers Guild.
Yeah.
Anyone else have opinions they'd like to state?
The options are seek better fortunes away from here, or make ourselves indispensable now. Personally, I would like to see more of the world.
I wouldn't mind putting this boat to use, but maybe we should talk to the guild and smooth things over in case they have other guilds in other towns that we don't want to be on bad terms with. I don't know if they're connected.
That makes sense to me. Like if we're going to go to, if we do have plans to go to another town, might want to find which towns have like active adventuring guilds to do work in. Much easier to find work from a guild than it is to just go to taverns and be like, have any work?
Lowers that.
Yep.
Your captain asked you a question.
I was eating. What was the question? That was both in character and
She was asking opinions on staying or leaving. I believe is the gist.
I mean, guess we could go. There's it's been my experience that after town burns down, you leave.
There is also a bit of an issue being kind of waterlocked with the boat.
This is true. Can't take a boat across land. We could put wheels on it. Be like a big cart.
A cart boat. A boat car.
We need something big to pull it.
A dragon. Remember, I'm not there.
So we capture a dragon and then make it pull our cart boat. What could possibly go wrong?
The kid.
Frederick follows the kid.
She is looking around the boat.
Frederick comes up and nudges the kid.
She's still looking around the boat.
Frederick tries to guide the kid back into her room.
She pats the Frederick on the head. She pats Frederick on the head and tries to make her way to the workshop.
Previous note,
All right.
door is open.
Yeah. And I assume I've gone down there at this after I talked to Tally about next plans. Because, that's where I go.
Which means you're privy to a conversation that is being had. I'll
Oh.
type to you eventually.
Okay. No rush.
I'll be right back again.
Okay.
Is there a small child at the door?
Yeah, a small child at the door.
Does it attempt to cross the threshold?
It does.
A very loud alarm will go off.
Hey, everyone on the boat. Loud alarms going on.
Which means Prototype goes a little more aggressively towards the child.
As does Frederick.
What does that say?
Is it Cassicar again?
Are you yelling that down the boat, or wherever you're currently at?
Yeah.
It's worth noting Cascar is in front of you.
Hello.
Darn.
Oh, you're hoping he was going to get shot. I see.
Catherine, was it?
Charlotte, actually.
Charlotte. A mature response. About hold and human, yes?
About 13 to 14. Looks.
I'll turn the alarm off, so to speak. Gesture to an empty desk.
I have returned.
Look back.
I returned.
That's not what I said.
Oh, he is in possession of returned.
She doesn't take a seat. I was told to tell you that no one's as hidden as they think they are. And then she turns and just kind of doing her thing as she was doing earlier.
Catherine,
It's Charlotte.
take a seat. Miss Sarah, we'll continue this later. Thank you.
Okay. And Charlotte comes in, takes a seat.
Catherine, making a point that I'm like articulating to make it known I'm doing it on purpose.
It's Charlotte, actually.
Do you know where I'm from?
No response.
I don't. Eastern thing to have one-sided conversations? Just is just at Austral.
I have no idea.
I ask a question, being very, I everything I've read, I am being very polite.
You are.
You haven't said my name right.
You haven't earned it.
And neither have you.
Duke.
We knew this was going to happen at some
The
point.
timing was just mwah.
Prototype just like got a hold of a Suki toy somewhere.
No, well, that's
Nope.
Duke. Duke gets credit. See?
I didn't recognize it was Duke until someone said Duke, and I'm like, oh, it is Duke. Okay. It sounded like a person in the background going, ah.
You got a pig toy.
Yep.
You wish to banter like you're sitting at the big table, and so we shall. There are consequences when speaking at the big table.
I'm sorry, I can't focus.
I'm trying.
You're being all serious, and just in the background, just squeak, squeak.
I am aware. I'm like, I just turned to Astro, put some oil on that goddamn stool.
I do so.
I ask a question. You reply. Then, if you are so desiring, as it is a conversation at the moment, you may ask a question and I will reply. I believe that's how a conversation should work. Do you know where I'm from?
Do you know my name?
I do. I've answered your question. Your turn.
It's a. I know many things, but I was told to tell you, and that's all that I know right now.
No. You know who told you.
I'm not sure I do.
Then you at least know how you came about the message.
Yeah, I was told it.
By.
I don't know.
I will briefly swivel to where my gun is sitting on my desk because I was just getting done cleaning it.
She's just sitting in her seat, kicking her legs a little bit. She looks very innocent.
And when I spin back around, I will look like her, exactly like her, nice and innocent, except with a gun pointed at her.
Now, when you say exactly like her,
As in, I'm wearing my clothes, but I look like Charlotte?
Yep, that's her name.
Australia's
Okay.
just gonna stare. Nod.
I've been at this game a very long time.
And like I said, no one's as hidden as they think they are.
And who said this?
Can I go? This is getting boring.
I draw back the hammer. I didn't stutter. That's strike
Ah.
2.
I don't think I did either.
I shoot the child.
Okay,
holy shit. Okay, now we're evil again. Okay.
go ahead and roll it. Everyone down below, you guys hear a loud gun. First, you heard alarms a minute ago. Now you hear a gun.
I will know I am intentionally aiming once again for a non-vital location.
Okay.
13 for 6.
I mean, you hit.
And I will step forward, shifting back into Kalar. Pull a little bandage out of my bag. place it
So
on.
yeah, it's going to be one to fix it.
She's bleeding pretty badly.
When you decide to come and play the game, there are consequences.
See, at first I thought he was talking to the diviner. He's talking to the child. He shot the child.
Yeah, so I
Yes.
told
Yeah.
the diviner to step away.
Hmm.
Now, several people are about to come into this room. Some of them care. What happened?
You're not as good at the game as you think you are.
Then I would be
And she screams.
I will
By the way, I'm gonna take a quick look at the child. Is she actually a child?
She definitely looks like a child.
Yeah, but they're halflings and such.
She is not a halfling. She definitely looks like a child, and she is now bleeding out.
For the record,
Uh,
I'm only making a cursory attempt to look like I'm attempting to help.
By the
I
way,
don't
I
think-
did send Frederick to kind of keep non-essential people away.
I don't think you can claim your gun went off accidentally.
Oh yes, I could. I was in the middle of cleaning it, and a ignorant child came tripping into the workshop and distracted me. And as I had discussed with Kassakar,
Oh, you're in the workshop. Okay, never
Uh
mind.
huh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Tally is coming to the workshop. Graves is just eating her soup.
Wow. Screaming child.
Rosette's coming to the workshop. Is anyone else not coming to the
Well,
workshop?
after the screaming, I go over
I was
there,
told
but
to keep
I
the
didn't do anything
family
about the
in
gunshot.
the barracks.
It is worth noting one of the family is not in the barrack.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, the child part of the family.
Okay, I
She was
go-
just a great
She was
guard.
not there
Gunshots
when I
I
was given the
ignore,
order.
Screams, no.
So screams and gunshots. Vargosh comes running in with his totem in his hand, prepared for combat.
Hearing that, like the, dum-dum-dum-dum, I will press into the wound. With my thumbnail, seek out the nearest vital and just nick it.
Wow.
I am trying really hard to be good.
It's not in your nature.
Says the bleeding out child.
I get a feeling this is an ordinary child or a child at all.
I, the player, am aware of that.
I as a player, but I think you as a character would also be aware, wouldn't you?
No.
Hell no.
No, there are some resilient kids out there.
So everyone who is heading, as you get close to the place, Frederick specifically blocks most of you except for I think Tally.
Yep.
Let's Tally by and is like going out of his way to block you.
Now, remind me again, Frederick. Oh, sorry, go ahead, Cole.
Mechano Lion.
His Iron Defender lion that purrs.
Yes.
Yeah, remind me, is Frederick Kalar's Iron Defender
He is
or?
mine.
Okay, gotcha. Couldn't remember because I thought you both had one.
I
We
What
do.
were you saying a second ago, Carl?
I could send in my zombie.
You could.
Distract the lion.
You assume the lion just want to, mac it.
Ooh, a plaything. Doop. And distracted.
Aw. Plaything
No,
gone.
more like if the lion is distracted by the zombie, one of us can maybe get in there. Yeah, this is what I realized. I don't have like any stats for a zombie at all written down somewhere.
it's if you click the I, it's probably in the SRD, just zombie.
It is there.
So Lorzad, what's your plan with the?
He's investigating what the scream was for.
He's being blocked by Frederick.
Why?
You don't know. He's not letting you get close to the workshop.
Your lion's about to go flying. You know that, right?
I'm aware. And then I'll have to make another one.
I was gonna say Lorzad will move the obstruction.
So I assume grapple check?
Yes.
See, grapple is athletics. Yeah, that's
Yep.
the one.
Aw.
That's just the grab.
That was close. Yeah.
Yeah.
You pick up the lion. So you grapple the lion.
Oh, actually, it's more of a shove that I think about it. To just shove past. Which would be the same thing?
I believe it's a melee attack, the shove action.
Might be. It's been a while since I shoved.
Yeah.
I don't do that much as a wizard.
Yeah, I think it's same.
Do a quick.
I'm doing a quick Google search.
Instead of an attack roll, you make an athletics against.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I think
dex.
it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So Lorzad, you shove past and you see a child in a chair bleeding as Kalar is allegedly trying to bandage or trying to stop the bleeding. And the child's just screaming bloody
I'm
murder.
assuming Tally would have gotten there first, right?
Yes, Tally, sorry. I am really bad. I'm sorry.
So
Okay.
Took and Tally
And
out of
Austria.
character and Austria are in here with a screaming child in a chair.
Who's
Yeah.
being bandaged, and a prototype who wouldn't have stopped you.
Right. He closes the door and he stands outside.
I mean, that was my plans.
Oh shit! Oh, I'm just like, look at Tally, look at the door, just
It's
very,
worth noting
very
at that
good
point,
pet.
she stops screaming as she sees the door close, and then it's just like, what?
Choose your gears wisely, or the machine falls apart.
Ooh, how very Eastern of you.
Western.
I know.
Like.
It's a mocking tone.
What a shame she expired after traipsing around in a dangerous location.
Indeed. You've been found, though. And now you know it. And that's what matters.
Well,
I realized I might have cut off because I let go of my button a lot.
I bounced?
I said, you've been caught, and that's what matters. Not you've been caught. You've been found, and you know it, and that's what matters.
Okay. Do I hear, other than the gunshot and the scream, do I hear like I know I can't probably make out what they're saying with the door closed, but can I hear that there's talking going on?
Once the door closed, it got a lot quiet.
Okay, I try to ask Lord Zod what's going on. Lord Zod, what's happening in there?
Lorzad just like crosses his arm and um you can tell that he's it's obvious he's trying to think of something to say, but
Nothing's really coming to mind.
yeah, he's
So Vargosh first tried to duck under his arm and try to open the door.
Prototype is also there, by the way, Vargosh.
Gotta push back.
Right, but he
post
was
it.
he was knocked down too, though, wasn't he?
No.
He was just
That
pushed to the
was
side.
no.
when he goes to like reach under the arm, Lorzad will grab his arm and say, you can talk to them later.
Reminder: there are 2 lions, guys.
Mhm.
2 lions.
Mine was not afflicted whatsoever.
And mine gets back up.
Right, but wasn't yours inside the room?
No,
Oh, okay, gotcha. All right,
it specifically did not stop Lorzad.
okay, gotcha. But I mean, the reason why I was saying I try to reach for the door is because I'm trying to say he's trying to do this at the same time that everything else is happening, not after. But yeah, being that Larzod grabs his arm though, he says okay, he pulls up a claw hand and back.
Yep.
Just take the bandage and start wiping my hand clean.
Lorzad will just say, I don't know what's going on, but it's private.
Or is that the bouncer?
Ow.
I mean, half tempted. You know, it's also private. Nut check. No, not really. But
Yeah, that
go-
sounds like a good idea.
I am for this.
Yeah.
Private, you say? Ha!
But
I may not have the most hit points, but I guarantee you that will involve my final rage. And maybe more meat in my sack.
Does she inspire?
She does.
Because I don't answer Tally until she does.
She does.
Eating their soom.
Soup.
Think the same thing.
No, I think that's more accurate to what they're eating.
Soon.
Eating their soom.
You now have a former child in front of you.
Her form does not shift in any fashion, correct?
Did we
She
get a
does
long
not.
rest?
This is an
Not yet.
This is an
Hmm.
ex-child. This
I am
child
gonna have
is
to get off
to be.
about now because work in the morning.
Yep. We're just about to stop anyway.
I'm afraid, Tally, the board has not just been kicked over, poured over by oils and set ablaze, pissed upon by Lord knows how many. We've been followed. which, for the record, Oshiro, gets you a super suspicious look.
I hold my hands up. Not me. It was actually Gardar.
Dun dun dun.
Don't maybe break that sword.
And with that, that's where we're going to call it for the night.
Just staring
Alrighty.
down.
My favorite.